everybody.
Oh, God.
Welcome to the Cinema Asylum podcast. We are doing a review of yours truly, Joker, Folie, Deux. I am Joker, standing in for that strangely handsome fellow, Matthew, one of the superhero and sci-fi experts.
I'm sorry.
Go on, Dylan.
Sorry. I'm Dyllan, unfortunately, the other superhero and sci-fi expert. Apparently the sane one. I didn't know that one. Yeah, I would have never thought.
Since when is that a thing?
I don't know, I guess today.
What's this over here? That strange nose.
I'm John Johnson, the action animation expert and bat freak.
Bad freak, you say?
Yep. Because I'm a diehard fan of Batman, that makes me a bat freak. So there you go.
Okay. Them's the words you chose.
Okay. Anyways,
So, when you and Catwoman are in bed, you're a bat freak in the sheets?
anyways. I'm going to tell you this now, people. When I went to see this movie days ago, I said, this is not going to be a solo review. So there is no way, because this has been one of the most talked about movies so far this year. So this is going to be fun and interesting. So if you guys hate our review, please be respectful. If you like our reviews, again, please be respectable.
Hold up. Since this is one of the most talked about movies of the year, we're counting this as an actual main episode. So we are starting with trivia.
Okay.
This is 90s animation.
I
There
better
are-
not screw this up.
There are 9 available points because there are 3 separate answers. You get 3 points for each answer.
Oh, boy.
What 3 90s animation movies won a Golden Globe for Best Musical or Comedy?
Ooh. Okay. Oh, we're going Golden Globes now. All right. The Lion King's got to be first. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way it's the Lion King.
It doesn't matter the order. Just give me the 3 answers.
I'm gonna say, let's see. I'm gonna say, I think I'll say Aladdin, The Lion King, and Toy Story. Those are my 3.
Dyllan,
Oops.
Say the question one more time.
what 90s animation movies won a Golden Globe for Best Musical or Comedy?
Okay. Or comedy?
It's the same category.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go the same first 2. I'm gonna go Lion King, I'm gonna go Aladdin. But for the third one, I'm gonna say a different one. Hunchback.
Well, you guys both get 1 point. Well, 3 points.
Okay.
Lion King,
Hmm.
Beauty and the Beast,
Ah!
Yeah.
and
Okay.
Toy Story.
Dang! Damn it! I almost said Beauty and the Beast. Ah!
See, I wanted to say Tarzan for the same reason that I feel like Beauty and the Beast didn't qualify in my mind. Like it's
Because it's a retelling.
well, it not just that it's like a retelling, but like it's less like the comedy genre. Like there's comedy elements in it. I wouldn't define it as a comedy.
Beauty and the Beast was probably for the musical element.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just figured that Tarzan would have gone in it because of the music.
That I mean that would not
It's
be
good.
bad.
It's a great soundtrack.
So we both.
Batman will forever be in my heart.
Yes. Okay, so before we get the actual review, I just want to say last week's episode when we actually did this, I made a blunder on my part on the box office of Wild Robot. It actually was $57 million they made on opening weekend, not $77 million, although $57 million is still pretty good. I just checked the box office. It's now over $100 million.
Nice.
So, therefore, as Barbara Dream works, good success so far. But it didn't take the number 1 spot. this movie we're going to be talking about took the number 1 spot, which should be no surprise. Now, despite not doing well on opening weekend, it still made $121 million worldwide, which that is not bad. It says for a budget of $200 million. So this ought to be fun.
Hey, Batman.
Yes. Yes.
You're supposed to be one of the smartest people in DC, yet you screwed up some simple information. What's up with that?
What information did I not screw? What information did I screw up?
The wild robot information. You just said it.
Oh, right. Can you please
Shame on you.
Can you speak in your regular voice, please?
No.
I'm sorry, I can't, dude.
I know, I can't either.
Can't.
I can't do that with that voice. I'm sorry.
I'm fine with it, but it's so difficult. I don't want to look in your direction. I can't take you seriously.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah. Dang. Okay.
It's your movie. You lead the show, man.
Okay. To get the good stuff out of the way. Wait. Get the good stuff out of the way? That implies there's more bad than good. The good stuff was the acting from yours truly, as well as the acting from Lady Gaga as my precious Harley Quinn.
I'll agree.
The rest of the movie, not so much. Did not like the musical numbers. I don't sing. I make people laugh. I felt like the plot didn't go anywhere. It either moved too fast or not at all. It just felt like nothing was moving, and there was barely any Joker in it. What kind of a Joker movie is that? That's essentially all my thoughts.
So are we going like spoiler free? Because that was pretty light.
Say what you want. It's anarchy.
Yeah.
Okay. Go on, Batman.
Okay. Yeah, that's totally fine. Okay. All right. Before I give my thoughts on the actual movie, of course, if you guys want to hear my actual thoughts on the original Joker, I personally absolutely love this movie. I personally think it's one of the best films of all time. Best comic book movie ever made, at least for me. It's true.
What you talking about, Willis?
It's true. It's true. It made $1 billion for a reason.
That's your opinion. I'll respect that. That's your opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it was in my top 3 DC movies when we did our DC rankings last year, and I stand by that. Still, I love the Batman and the Dark Knight at 1 and 2 respectively. And Joaquin Phoenix, I even said this, that people got me, thought I was absolutely crazy. And I said I like Joaquin Phoenix more than Heath Ledger, even though Heath Ledger was incredible. I stand by that. I love Joaquin Phoenix's Joker better. And the film made $1 billion for a reason, and people were very surprised that they were doing a sequel. And my question was, why? I kind of knew they were going to do a sequel. Like, it made $1 billion. Top billers and Warner Bros. Can do whatever they want. So I wasn't surprised they were doing a sequel.
I can tell you one thing, though. This one's not making $1 billion.
No way.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, I guess I probably could not be incorrect on this one. So,
I'll try to find the clip and add it in. A few months ago, he said this one's gonna break records just like the first one.
Because that's what people because people thought they came to what to expect to see from the Joker, but apparently there's speculation. Is it going to be a musical? Is it not going to be a musical? And even Lady Gaga, I'd be confused anyone that said, well, it's not really a musical. It's just a music to add to the plot.
It's clearly a musical.
Well, okay. I'm not going to argue with the international superstar, but I'm just going to leave it at that. So anyway, I was totally fine that there was going to be a musical. Now, whether it actually would work as a sequel, I'll get to that later, whether musical elements could work or not work. So I'll get to that later. So, that being said, of course, I was very excited to see this movie. I almost came in late. Again, Studio 10 Cinemas, what the crap was up at the time? It started 4:15, but then the movie sort of already started. What's going on here? How with Planet of the Apes and all this? It's ridiculous.
You have the worst luck. I got there 2 minutes late and it hadn't started yet.
Well, I don't know what happened, and I love that cinema, and I don't know why they came out at the time. It's weird.
Yeah, I had the
But
opposite
at
issue
least
with
I did get
Oppenheimer.
there in time though for the animation segment and everything in between. With that being said, I completely disagree with the plot. I thought it went totally right down the line for this one. I love the performances. You can't deny that it's a gorgeous looking movie. Like, it's a great looking film.
I can agree with that.
Good.
I'm in it after all, and I'm gorgeous.
So whether people like musical elements or not, which we'll get to that later, I love the way it looks. Top Bill was directing and the cinematography as a whole, it looks beautiful to look at. Lady Gaga as Hardy Quaid is great. Joaquin Phoenix, as usual, is great in this movie. I love the casting choice of Harvey Dent. I thought that was great, which I didn't know he was going to show up. I thought, that's really cool. Harvey Dent is in the film. That's awesome.
Don't talk about the ending till Dyllan's done.
Okay, which we'll get to that later, too. But honestly, I don't get the hate for this movie. I loved it. I thought it was perfectly fine as it is. I personally think it's an excellent successor to the first movie. Don't shake your head.
I'm not
What?
shaking my head at you. I'm not shaking my head at you.
Oh, okay. He must be still staring at the Joker, which of course he is. But anyways, I love the way it was told. I thought the thing that happened in the third act made a lot of sense, which we'll get to that reason why.
Who told you that?
Well, I did to myself. I said that. I'm sorry. It's hard to look at you with that Joker face.
See, yeah,
You're telling
it's
yourself
crazy.
that.
Jeez Louise.
Like, man.
But anyway, I love the way the story was told, and I thought that everything that was totally excellent, just the way it was. I love the courtroom scenes too. I love the combination of a musical element and the courtroom scene. I thought it was perfectly fine.
I have one question. How would Professor Cinema be unsettled if he's seen this?
Wait, what?
Garrett.
Well,
I can only imagine. I can only imagine.
yeah.
I will say I'm very interested in what he does have to say about it. Whenever I hear about it.
I know.
I meant this.
Oh, yeah,
this?
no. He would. I think he would be in the same boat as us. I don't think he'd be able to look at it.
Yeah, he would. He
Yeah.
would be laughing. He'd be laughing so hard. Yes. Yeah. But
Joker, you might need to lay back a little bit.
yeah, I absolutely loved the movie. I heard the cinema score from Sean Chandler, one of my favorite YouTubers. Apparently, it got a D, which
Let me add to that. The lowest comic book score of all time.
that's not named Madam Web. Shocker.
No, it is the lowest. Madam Web has a C+.
Yeah.
Also, one of only 2 films since COVID started to get a D. The other one being Russell Crowe's The Exorcism. Talk about a pain.
Yeah. Which actually, I find that whole cinema score thing, the fact that audiences gave it a D, and the fact it's got a lower score than Madam Web, that's stupid. Because
It's
first
also-
off, people, the fact that you guys prefer Madam Web over Joker, besides Dyllan, you guys need to be drug tested for one thing. Seriously. Because that film, because to do a comparison to Joker Folie Adult, which, listen to me, I know what I'm talking about. Madam Web is unwatchable. It's got bad storytelling, terrible characters.
John, bud.
Let me finish, please. Let me finish.
No,
bad
just move on
CGI.
from Madam
It
Web.
is clearly unwatchable. Joker is more watchable in terms of the way it looks, the way it performed, the way the story was told.
Specifically, Folie Ado.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
okay.
But wait, no, exactly.
Let's clarify here.
So the fact that people say, "Oh, this is more watchable than Joker Folie Adult," that's stupid. For me, it's dumb. Okay, it's absolutely stupid. Please, please let this year be over so I don't have to talk about that film ever again.
You don't have to talk about it now.
Let the months go faster, please.
You don't have to talk about it now. It's been 9 months.
Well, Sean Chandler brought it up, and so.
You're the one who just brought it up.
Yeah.
But,
If you wanna get on
but
that-
anyway, in conclusion, I don't agree with the cinema score. I personally think the movie is great, and I say people should go see it on their own and say how they feel about the movie. So it's either you want to watch it or you don't want to watch it. That's going to be up to you. That's my review.
If you want to get on that train, Fantastic Four 2015 and Morbius both have a higher score.
Yeah.
Wow.
So does Steel and Catwoman.
I didn't know that about Steel.
Joker is the lowest.
But then again,
I-
though, every time they mention Joker, it's going to be controversial. Like, here's the most controversial thing about which it features Joker. Which, can we please stop with that crap, please? Can we stop with that? It's ridiculous. If Venom can get his own movies, there's no controversy there. Why are we being controversial about Joker movies? Just why?
Do you know this was controversial? Batman's nose.
What is up with the nose jokes? do you viewers and listeners understand the nose jokes? I don't.
I'm just being quite nosy.
That was really well set up. I'm going to give you a point for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
you deserve it
gosh.
for that one.
God almighty. But anyway, I love the movie. Dyllan, go ahead.
Matthew 382. Okay. I want to say for the record, anybody that's been listening for a minute, you've probably heard me say this a couple times.
And follow on Twitter. He followed.
Yeah. Follow me on Twitter at CapTapFL1. I'm not a fan of the first movie. I just didn't like it. I think it's the fact that I got to it too late. I didn't get to it until right after like lockdowns hit. So by that point it was super overhyped, and I guess I could tell that it was a good movie. It was one of those cases. Like, I could tell that it was good. It's just I didn't care for it, and there were some things were handled poorly in the film, in my opinion, and I wasn't a fan.
It just wasn't type your comic book movie. It just wasn't your type.
Yeah, I aside from being a comic nerd, aside from like the differences and all that, like it wasn't my type. It just didn't work for me.
It wasn't made for the comic crowd. It was made for the Oscar crowd.
Yeah, and
And it worked. It worked.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? The release date of Joker Folie Adult, it released exactly 5 years when the original came out.
Yeah, I saw that.
So it's a
That's pretty
50-year
cool.
anniversary of the Joker movie, which I prefer to be an amazing movie. 5 years later, exactly, we get a sequel. So I find that to be absolutely hilarious. I assume the Viking remake was also the same thing. I don't know, but there you go.
I can't remember.
One thing I can say about this, it was so bad it made me appreciate the original a lot more.
Well, moving on to actual Folie Ado, I was excited for it when they announced that it was a musical. I like musicals. I also thought that
So do
this
I.
could be really unique. I mean, we've had superhero movies set to music before, but we haven't really had like a full-blown superhero musical. The closest that we've really gotten to it
The Flash
was
TV
The Flash.
episode.
Yeah, duet.
Which
That's
was
the
great.
closest that we've gotten to it. Yeah, that episode was amazing. I still love it.
That'd be one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, for sure.
It got us an amazing song,
Yeah.
Running Home to You.
Yeah, that song is on every one of my playlists. I fucking
Yeah, no
love that
kidding.
song.
It's great. But anyway,
It plays
yeah.
at least once a day for me.
Yes.
No, I was excited when when they announced that this was a musical, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, no, and Lady Gaga's gonna be Harley Quinn." I was like, "Holy shit!" Like, that's amazing. Like, I'm not a massive Lady Gaga fan, but I appreciate her. I think that she's awesome. So I was like, yeah, no, that she could fucking kill that, because I'd seen her act in other things like American Horror Story,
This was
House
my
of
first
Usher.
time seeing her act.
Really?
Yes.
Like the first or one of the first?
The first.
So you haven't seen like anything else that she's been in?
No.
I heard A Star Is Born is amazing.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Star is Born too.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it,
Third time they did A Star Is Born. This is the third time they did that. They did one in the 50s. I think they did one in the 70s or 80s, and then one in 2018. So this is the third one that they actually did, which I find it interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. No, I was really excited for this. And I'd been waiting, and then like we were seeing like the costumes and stuff like that, and I was like, okay, I expected that from the first movie. I was like, that's whatever. And then we got around to this year where we were really getting stuff, and I like the trailer. Like I thought that it looked good.
Me too.
But hearing the stuff from the comments about that, like, is it a musical? Is it not a musical? Stuff. It was like the way that they were describing it. It's like that's what a fucking musical is. Like, yeah, that's not a conventional musical. It's like by any means, it's not. Like this was definitely way more dialogue heavy than any other musical ever.
Yeah.
But it was. They were like, oh yeah, no, they use these musical pieces to tell the story. It's like, yeah, that's what a fucking musical does. Have you never seen Grease? Have you never seen West Side Story? Like,
this movie is almost completely dialogue.
Yeah, no, it's super dialogue heavy, and getting to the movie itself, I going into it, I didn't have the highest opinion. I was giving it a chance, and I didn't want to be too mean about it. But going into it, I will say I love the musical portions of it. I really do. I thought that they were done really well, and for the universe / like story that they were using those musical pieces in, I thought that they were used very effectively and appropriately. But it was super dialogue heavy. It was a droll outside the musical pieces for me. Aside from like a couple like higher octane moments, quote unquote higher octane
It
moments.
really didn't move along.
Yeah, nothing really happened, and I will say I like that they lied about the character in interviews of the new Harley. I like that they lied about her. I'm very grateful for that. They set up like what kind of character she was playing from a good jumping off point, or jumping on point.
How much was Joker actually in the movie?
No, I mean he was still the main focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Not
feel like
as
you
the-
focused on Harley a little too much.
No, not as the Joker. It was Arthur.
Yeah, I know, but that's still what the story is. That's what my issue with that's one of my issues with the first one is that it's not like it's the Joker origin kind of, but it's not even really the Joker origin. Like they give Joker the last 20 fucking minutes of the movie basically. That's fucking it. This one they do the same fucking thing.
Yes.
So I didn't notice that as an issue here. Because I already addressed that issue with the first one with myself. So, like here, I know what to expect. I wasn't bothered by that. Honestly, I just... This is Arthur Fleck's story. It's still, like, the origin. Like, honestly, hold on. I gotta save that comment for later. Hold on. My bad. But it's... I just wish that this was...
Yeah, try and rest not to get canceled with this episode.
Well, try not to be like spoilery about it.
It's one of the most controversial movies of the year. So,
well, it's. I don't feel like there's going to be a whole lot of actual genuine controversy to come out of this. But and like I'm not. I've been actually staying offline a bit more recently, so I'm sure some stuff is going on right now. I knew about the cinema score.
Not like the first movie. Remember all that controversy. They thought it was going to be so edgy and cause so many riots.
Yeah, that's true.
Most violent movie of the year. People, there were only 2 killing scenes in that movie. The scissors and the late night show shot. That was it. I've seen more violent movies over the years before Joker came out.
What?
Like, more than that. Come on.
What about the guys on the subway?
Yeah, and his mom.
That was not as brutal. Like
It was still killing.
Yeah.
Okay, But when they say something like the most violent movies ever, like there's like 2 or 3, there was like only 2 or 3 violent scenes, and you say that's the most violent movie of the year. People, hello, have you not seen Die Hard? Have you not seen the recent Monkey Man that came out this year?
I'm
Die
sorry.
Hard still isn't anything either.
I'm sorry. I can't get past Batman being like, yeah, but smothering somebody isn't really killing.
Well, yeah, yeah.
I feel like that implies that there's been a few criminals out there where Batman was like,
Yeah.
let's just kind of.
Yeah.
As long as her name isn't Martha, it's fine.
yeah, that's true.
Why did you say that name? I still love that movie. But anyway.
It's good.
People
The
are gonna
director's
watch
cut.
this episode and be like, "What the heck?"
Yeah, I know. Matthew, you put us off on a really bad start. I blame you.
Yes, you did.
No,
Anyway.
I thought that this movie was okay. Like I thought it was all right. I do like it because of the musical aspect of it. Also, I feel like Lady Gaga was pretty good here.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I just didn't really. I felt like Joaquin only stepped up his game towards the end of the movie.
Very much so.
And like I know that that's probably just like, oh well, that's because he's trying to like build it up and all this stuff. And it's like, okay, that's fine, but I just didn't really feel that he was there at the beginning.
Really
You
put on
know?
a show towards the end.
Yeah, no, he delivered towards the end. I really dug that, and I liked when like Arthur kind of like stepped out of his shell more. I guess. Like when he felt like he was cock of the walk. Like it was kind
When
of
he
cute in a
was
way.
his own lawyer. When he was his own lawyer.
I wouldn't say that. When he was his own lawyer, he was just like floundering, man. Should we get into spoilers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we are getting
because at this
spoilers,
point it's just when he became his own lawyer, like holy hell. I was like, dude. You're thinking with the wrong head, bud. you got to use your upstairs noggin. Like, dude, like your lawyer's making fucking sense. Like you're always looking for somebody to help you out. Like, obviously, and it's like this person's like legit trying to help.
Trying not to start a barbecue.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I just thought that it was ridiculous. I was like, listen, I know that a lot of guys like they lead by their crotch, but it's like I feel like when your life is literally on the fucking line, I feel like you got some sanity, and that man just he was definitely lacking it for sure. No, he deserved that insanity defense here.
I was expecting the cameos in that court scene, like with Gary, and then the one that
Zazie Beetz,
that he quote unquote fell in love with in
Yeah,
the first
yeah.
movie.
I wasn't expecting her.
I
No.
thought she was dead in the first movie. Yeah. But what I was gonna say, when people had the problem with the first movie, when they actually said, "Oh, Joker doesn't even show up until like 20 minutes," like this is not really an origin story of Joker. This is the origin story of Arthur. No, this is an origin story of Joker.
No, it is.
It clearly is,
It's just-
because if you think about it, what I love most about this, what the movie, the disease, why he was laughing so hard, it was because it was actually disease, which I love that plot, by the way. This is pretty much hey, let me try to actually get out of prison and try to be like a normal self. That's what the story was about. Like people say, oh, the plot went absolutely nowhere. This is pretty much can I please get out of trouble story. That's what it's all about. And for all people that's going to say, well, why does there have to be a musical element in it?
Because it's
Okay.
unique.
Exactly.
It's an interesting way to tell the plot. I mean, it's a love story.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of the best love stories ever are musicals.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. And the fact that people were saying, why did it have to be musical elements in a comic book movie? Okay, let me repeat this with the Marvels. Number one, it's necessary. It's a comic book movie. That means they can do whatever they want. Second of all, it's a movie where you can do anything you want for a comic book movie. Okay, now you might not like the musical scene in the Marvels. I love the scene. It was hilarious.
I liked it.
I thought it was hilarious.
I just wish that it would have been in an alien language. That was my issue.
Yeah,
I guess technically it was, but
that would have been.
it's crazy that like people who spoke English could fucking understand them. You know?
Yeah.
that should have been different.
But I just.
I originally thought you were gonna say the best love stories take place in prison.
No.
Wow.
I mean, I'm sure that there's some like solid ones that start there, but like, I would definitely not think that that's the pinnacle of finding your true love. No judgment on those who do, but like me personally, that's not the place that I would go to, or that I would think to go to, even.
But yeah,
Jesus.
it's just one of those cases where you know people are just going to say, "Oh, musicals does not need to be adding comic movies because it's stupid." No, it's called a comic movie. It's fiction. Okay, it is fiction.
We've literally had comic books that
Right.
were musicals.
Right.
I remember there was a Deadpool one from like 2015, 2016 or something like that.
Yep, 2016.
It was like a 6-issue miniseries or something like that. And you would play songs at home, and Deadpool was basically lip syncing to them.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And it's like, we've had that kind of shit before, and I don't remember seeing any outcry about it. Maybe I missed it. Maybe it was just so small. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, we've had that kind of shit happen before. Why be upset about it now?
Exactly.
Like, just grow up.
Yeah, exactly. Grow up, man.
Like, get out of your basement, touch some grass.
Yeah. But
Joker.
Well, yeah, but in terms of the other things that was in the spoilers, the beginning scene, I love the animation.
Yes, I
love
love
the
that. That was
animation.
awesome.
It was gorgeous.
It was quite loony.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
That's kind of
I
a
was super
point.
happy with
That's
that. Yeah.
kind of a point.
Yeah.
It's Joker. You can do whatever you want.
No,
It's-
the intro was Looney Tunes.
Ah,
That was the logo
well,
at the
yeah,
beginning.
well, that,
Yeah.
well, yeah, it is pretty much as they it represents the Looney Tunes, which that's good. Thank you for that. But yeah, it was beautifully drawn. I don't know who did the animation. I hope it was done by Warner Bros. Animation because if they did, that's great. But whoever did it, fantastic, awesome. And then you get into like the entire parts where now they're in a jail cell. Now we're going to see the what happens next part. Which okay, if a few people are going to say, why do we need a sequel? Like it pretty much complete the story. I want to see what happened in prison. I wanted to see what happens. So it was necessary to do a story. Now, whether it worked for you is clearly up to the people that went to see the movie. What are you guys laughing about?
I'm trying my hardest not to say anything.
Good. Don't say anything. But yeah, I want to see what happens when he's actually in a jail cell. Why will he be free? Will he actually become back to
what
Joker?
happens when
Will
he's in
he
a
actually
jail
be
cell.
a controversial guy? Is he going to go absolutely crazy? I don't know. But you have to see the film for yourself, and then we got to see what it was. So.
I am keeping my mouth shut. We are not getting canceled today.
No.
Oh yeah. I know you gave me a heads up on that one. But then that's where we actually meet the character that played Harley Quinn. Which I heard an argument that no, her name's not really Harley Quinn. Her name is Lee. No, it's a girl that's supposed to be Harley Quinn.
No.
Lee is short for Harley Quinn.
John.
In this show, she is Lee.
No, she's Harley. She is Harley. She literally calls herself Harley on her answering machine.
Thank you.
But when they were doing interviews and everything, they were talking about the character. They were like, no, her name is Lee. They were setting her up as the psych ward patient, not Harley, the therapist.
Right.
That's what they were doing. That's what it is.
Okay. But he's trying to get out of this crazy spree. Still, he's trying to be a good guy, but you know he has the Joker thing inside him. Like, you know he still has two different personalities, which I heard an interesting dictionary of what Folie do means. It means there's...
Madness of two.
Right. Madness of two inside two different sides here. There's a regular person, there's the Joker side.
Yes.
So he's got completely different brains on that side.
I believe that was a reference to Joker and Harley, though.
Huh?
Madness of two. I think what they were going for was Joker and Harley.
No, I thought it was the newspaper headline.
I don't know.
The Madly in Love, or no, Crazily in Love.
Yes.
I thought that was the tie-in for that.
Yeah.
I mean, that another debate.
Are we talking about Mad Love right now?
We might be.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, Joker, that is your girl right there. You're clearly a fan of her. I mean, it is on your shirt.
I'm still just like so thrown off by this. I'm sorry. I hate to keep bringing it up.
I wish he could just get back to his regular voice. I just wish he did.
Never.
Yeah, it is starting to get stale. we got like another 2 hours of this.
It kind of is.
Stale. You mean like the bread that John fed the birds earlier? Why are you feeding penguins stale bread?
It's just like whacking penguin on the side
God
of the
help
head.
me. Okay.
He's going
Rant.
to
Yeah.
every single thing. He's trying his
Rant.
best to
Yeah.
avoid him.
But then that's where we get into the next parts where people say the musical omis does not move the plot along, which I completely disagree.
It does. It
does.
They serve their purpose.
Yeah, exactly. It has a purpose for the story, and for others, and for some people to say no, it does not have a purpose for the story. First off, it's either you hate comic book movies, one of those things, or you hate the first Joker, one of those two, or is Warner Brothers, it's Todd Phillips. He can do whatever he wants. I mean, most people are going to say that Todd Phillips, he's trolling the fans because when he said, hey, my film made $1 billion. This is the story you want for Joker? Nope, scratch that. I'm going to make it a musical. I don't think that's trolling.
No.
I think he wanted to make a movie that he wanted to make.
Yeah.
Whether
He made a specific stylistic choice
Right.
with a certain kind of story in mind, and he executed that story, in my opinion.
Exactly.
I have a very important question. If someone gets stabbed at a pivotal point in the movie, is that a plot point?
You know, this is.
I'm so glad you're washing that shit off your face after this.
Yeah, thank God.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to record that other thing with you like this.
Yeah, thank the Lord.
I feel like you're going crazy right now, dude. Are you okay? I just want to check in with Matthew.
I feel like
Matthew, I don't think he's here right now.
Oh God.
I think he's got two different personalities.
I'm in
his
danger.
brain or something. Maybe he has madness up too as well. I don't
The
know.
Simpsons meme. I'm in danger.
I feel like I should get away from the window right now.
Yeah, you probably should. Yeah.
Oh, am I gonna throw you through the window?
No. There was another thing I had in mind for what might happen to the window.
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. There's been some. I think I also could, I could be wrong on this one. There also could be some mixed feelings on Joaquin Phoenix's singing. Back up.
I liked it.
Back up.
I thought that he did well. I mean, he was singing in character first and foremost, which I always appreciate.
He did play Johnny Cash in Walk the Line.
I've never seen Walk the Line.
I heard good things about it.
Okay.
And I think he got singing lessons for the role to play Johnny Cash in the Walk the
Yeah.
Line movie. So I'm going to assume he had to get back into singing again to figure out his tone and his voice.
Yeah.
When he did for the Joker and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And which that's the reason why they want to make it to a musical, because Lady Gaga is in the movie that plays it Harley Quinn. Now, whether that was intended for Lady Gaga to be Harley Quinn and to be a musical, that's clearly up for your debate for anyone that says, was that the purpose? Was that part of the story to begin with, or did they change it? We'll never know.
They had a missed opportunity. They should have turned on the radio, and Radio Gaga was playing.
Damn it.
You
Damn
know
it.
I'm right.
Damn it. I want to add that one too, honestly. I'm going to have to mull that one over.
It's bad enough when the teams I was watching lost, and now I have to go suffer through with you. Oh boy, God Almighty, viewers, you better make this a view monster with this review. So
Yeah,
Lord
I know.
help you.
I've been
please.
thinking that this entire time. I'm
Yeah,
like, I really hope this pays off.
Yeah, it better. But
As Josh says, I can't take you anywhere.
yeah,
Dude,
exactly.
you got to post clips of this fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
People need to see this. This is just too fucking insane.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Well,
All
thank you. So are you.
What certain
appreciate it.
what certain spoilers points do you want to talk about? Also, we can take turn for this one. So, what else do you want to talk about besides the musical elements and all that stuff?
I did love the beating scene. Where he went crazy in the courthouse.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah.
He shoots a bunch of people and then beats the judge over the head with a mallet.
Yeah.
See, yeah, no, that was one of my favorite musical pieces that they did because of, like, all that kind
Yeah.
of shit. Like,
That was in one of the marketings when I watched the trailers for it.
Yeah. A lot of people, I feel that, because of there was one scene from the trailer that wasn't in the movie, and that was when both Joker and Harley are going down the staircase from the courthouse.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Where was
a
that
lot of
scene?
people-
That
yeah.
was weird.
I think that was an extended portion of that scene.
Okay.
I think that's what it was. I could be wrong. I could be misremembering how the movie went,
There was
but I think that's what it was.
There was another missed opportunity. When he was beating the judge with the hammer, they should have been playing MC Hammer.
That only works once, Joker.
Yeah.
I'm
that
only
only works once. Yeah.
I
Can't
might.
touch
Okay,
this.
which once again with the trailers marketing, okay, the trailers, yes, it can work for people that went to go see the movie, but what the crap is up with not showing the scenes that were in the trailer when they don't show it in the movie? It's the same thing with Ghostbusters Frozen Empire thing.
Yeah.
There were missing scenes. Once again, which I love that shot. I love the shot where Harley Quinn and Joker was going like this, and they were on the stairs and stuff.
Yeah.
I love that shot.
Didn't
That
you,
is not even in the movie? What the frick?
Didn't you know in Frozen Empire, they just put those scenes on ice?
Let it die, please. Let it die.
It always dies when there's a murder.
Now it's getting old. This is-
Old.
it's getting real bad now.
Old. Why are you talking about yourself that way?
But back to what you were saying, John.
Yeah. Do you agree with that?
No, okay, so I know what part of it is. I know part of it is just like the reshoots and the retinkering of movies, because they get like certain scenes shot and out of the way so that they can get a trailer out as soon as they can.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you have to go back to it later.
Yes.
For reshoots commonly.
Yes.
And so you have to touch it up, and so we stop staring at me like that. Holy crap, dude! That was really unnerving. I could see it like out of my peripheral even as I try to look away.
Way to go, Matthew. Way to go. Anyways.
No,
Matthew's not here
that's
right now.
that's what part of it. Part of
Yeah,
it is
you
the
are
fact
here.
that they have to like reshoot things, so like things get cut out after the fact and all that kind of crap. That is part of it, but another thing is like they also sometimes purposely misuse the trailer. Like an example being Infinity War, where Hulk pops out of the Hulkbuster suit. He was never going to fucking do that. That was to. There's a lot of differences between like that trailer and what happened in the movie.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
And
yeah.
it's
False
like
advertising.
yeah, it's basically false advertising. It's trying to trick the audience and not give things away, but it's like, don't fucking give things away. Like you can still show cool shit, but don't change your movie from what the trailer is. You know, I agree that the trailer should be fully representative of what the movie is. If there's
Yeah.
a scene in the fucking trailer, then it should be in the movie. It shouldn't be left out on the fucking cutting floor.
Yeah.
Like, I would prefer seeing everything that I see in a trailer in the movie.
I heard this too many times. Like, the company's getting sued over the scenes that they're not even showing in the trailer. I believe they did that with that
Suicide Squad, 2016.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
there was another movie that came out in 2019 where the guy was saying Beatles songs, and I can't remember what the title of that was called.
Huh?
it was a 2019 movie, and it tells the story of a guy who is from another like different universe or something like that, where the Beatles do not exist.
Oh, yesterday.
Yesterday,
Yeah.
there was some suing for that one because there were scenes that were not in the trailer from a certain actress, which I can't remember what it was.
Okay.
But okay, so there you go. There's like two things right there.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if Warner Brothers gets sued for this one. I would not be
No,
surprised.
I doubt they fucking will.
Yeah, but even if they do, they'll pay it because they got billions of dollars in their pockets.
You can't
Well,
please every clown out there.
I don't want to say that they got $1 billion in their pockets right now. No, we're not with some of the fucking choices they've been making.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but they have gotten better in the last couple of years. They have got better last year and then this year.
You can't please every clown out there, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I feel like those cases aren't commonly taken seriously. Like there are ones that have been, but I feel like early on, they were like, yeah, no, this is just kind of a stupid argument to make.
Right.
Like you can't really validate it in any kind of way. Like, oh man, like this thing where it's been happening for fucking years. Like I got affected by it. It's like, yeah, but so many other people were affected by it. They didn't say shit. So
yeah, exactly.
like, why does it matter? Because one person was like, oh well, I wanted to see that one scene in the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
So
So then we get to a few musical elements later. Now we get to the court scene where he finally gets to go to court to really try to really be not guilty. Which good luck with that. You just see what happens in the first movie. He tried to not plead guilty, and then that's where we get to the court drama scenes where that's where I got really excited because of course I was excited about the musical elements, and then we get the court drama scenes because The Few Good Men is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
So now that's where we get into the court drama stuff where the acting keeps getting better and better and better, and the hammer on the judge thing. You're right. That's an awesome shot. So that's when the Joker thought, you know what? I'm going to fire you, and I'm going to defend it myself. And that's where chaos keeps on coming.
Fire you say?
Yeah. But that's where a whole chaos thing is coming, which I thought to myself, wait, you can do that?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm not a court expert, but I know that you can actually do that.
Yeah, it's an actual thing.
And which immediately I'm thinking to myself, that makes sense, but at the same time, you know you're not going to win the case, right? If you defend it yourself, right?
You still could.
You still could.
I'm sure that there have been a lot of cases where somebody self-represented and they won.
Yeah.
Order in the court. Order in the court. I'll have ham on rye.
I'm about to give up at this point.
How long is this episode? God.
It's been
49 minutes.
over 49 minutes. Well, I mean, we're going to cut out a few things, so...
It feels like it's been 3 hours.
Yeah,
We're gonna wrap up in a minute.
Holy crap.
The 3-hour cut of Joker's voiced by Matthew Walker. God help you.
Don't tell
Yeah.
But anyway,
Poor
so
souls.
that's what I was thinking to myself, okay, my prediction of the guest is going to be this, that Joker is not going to win the case. He's going to go up with Harley Quinn, and they're going to do crimes of their own, and who knows? Maybe they left it off with a sequel. We'll get to that later. So I think to myself, okay, this is what it's going to be. And now I get to the third act part, which I got to tell you a funny story before we actually talk about the third act. So on Thursday, when I was at work, Matthew gave me a heads up that there's an ending that ticked a lot of people off. So I thought to myself, well, gee, thanks for that. So that's when I got very intrigued, but it actually got me a little bit more excited because I wanted to see what the ending was supposed to be about. So
I found out because Harvest Boy had it spoiled for him.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. See, that's a controversy we already talked about, which we're not going to get to the whole spoilers thing. When it's actually headline and stuff, so we're not going to get to that. We already had that rant, which we need to do more of that in the future. So Matthew gave me a heads up on that one. Then the next day, I went to go see it on a Friday, and before I ordered my ticket, there was a ticket drawing of the Joker, which one of the employees that worked for Studio 10 Cinemas turned out to be the girl, which I assume she's a Joker fan. So I assume she has not watched the movie yet. So I looked at her, and I said, and immediately said to her, I said, okay, I'm not gonna lie, whatever the ending is going to be, I'm kind of scared what the ending is going to be. So, Lord help me. And she said, I'll pray for you. And then I actually said to her, wish me good luck. And she said, good luck. And I said, thanks. So honestly, I haven't even looked at the reviews, what people are saying about this movie, because honestly, the first hour 30, hour 40 minutes, I was loving this movie, and I thought to myself, I don't get the hate so far. I don't get this because I love what I was watching the first hour 40 minutes of the movie with the musical element, so I was loving what I was seeing. So then we get the court stuff, and that's when Joker pretty much tries to defend himself, and then of course the Gary scene is where we got to see him in this one, along with the other cameo that we saw before Gary came, which I can make the argument that is one of the more emotional acting scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
Which whoever that actor is,
Zazie Beetz.
We've said her name like 5 times.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir, you're really good. You're really good.
Wait, huh?
He's
Are you talking about Gary?
Yeah, Gary.
Oh.
Yeah, I was talking
Are
about
you
Gary.
talking about Zazie?
No. I was talking about Gary. No.
Oh, boy.
The actor that played Gary, he did great. You're a great actor. You're awesome. And I'm pretty sure he was on board. I could not wait to actually play the next movie in the Joker film. So I'm pretty sure he was excited to be there. So Gary got into this part of what actually happened during that night, and then the judge asked him, "Do you have any words to say that you wanted to finish up?" And he said, "No." And the crowd cheers, and everybody thought, "Yeah, Joker, you're the man," and all that stuff. So, okay, so then that's where we get into the next day after another musical element from Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. That's when you know we're getting close to the ending, and you thought to yourself, okay, I know it's coming, whatever it's going to be.
I do love the fact that the judge kept saying, "Don't make this a circus."
Yeah. I did. Yeah, that was great.
Oh, I also want to comment. I think that's really fucking funny that he looked a lot like Martin Scorsese.
Yes.
Yeah. That was super funny from the get-go. I was like, this is going to be amazing.
Oh, the judge?
Yeah, he looked a lot like Martin Scorsese.
I didn't think about that.
Or, well, maybe not a whole lot, but like he definitely resembled him.
Okay, gotcha.
I think it was. I kind of think that was purposeful.
When did Martin Scorsese go from judging films to judging people?
Who knows?
Oh no, he's been doing that for a minute.
Okay. Now this is where before I actually do get to the ending part, where is the most controversial part. Before we get to that, that's where before the whole thing, whether he pleads guilty or not, the scene where he grabbed the microphone, spoke it to the camera, and what did Arthur say exactly? Where people thought that the ending didn't make any sense or got ticked off. What did Arthur say? So I asked the Joker.
He said he wasn't the Joker. He's just a little old Arthur.
Okay.
Paraphrasing.
I'm curious about this one. So does that mean that all this time he wasn't really the Joker? He
took responsibility for his actions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If that's where the part people got so mad at, my response is this. In the first movie, you kind of felt bad for him because he was being, punished and being kicked and all that stuff. But you realize, wait a minute, we're not supposed to feel bad for him because he's literally going to be the Joker at the end of the movie. So he's trying to, at the very least, say to myself, okay, don't stare at me, Matthew. It's very creepy. It's kind of creepy when I try to say something here. I can see from my going like this. I'm going like that. I don't want to lose track of what I'm actually trying to say.
Track. The train has already left the station.
God Almighty.
It was derailed a long time ago.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, he's trying to say for himself that
The train derailed. There were no survivors.
so what Joker or / Arthur was trying to say was that he's not happy about the responsibility that he made by killing these people and all that stuff. He wants to come back just being a regular human. The way I see it, the identity is what I actually heard about this. So, of course, Harley Quinn was not very happy. So she walks up the court, which, by the way, she showed up for every court date, by the way, which I forgot to mention that. Yes, Harley Quinn does show up at every court date for this one because she wants to support the Joker because she believed that he deserves to be free and deserves to continue his controversial ways. But then that's where I don't know what that reaction was.
I mean, I think you're mostly on track there.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
I think there's some differences.
Mostly recaps I'm usually off, but this one I'm actually...
We don't have to do a recap, though. Like,
I'm just trying not to take it too far.
Well, like I said, we'll get to the third act controversy ending later. We'll get to that.
We should probably get to that now.
We don't need to do the recap.
Yeah, it's getting closer. It's getting closer.
Boy.
So yeah. What in the world was that? I heard a sound back there.
Yeah, the fridge said we don't need a recap.
But yeah, Harley Quinn was not very happy. So after that day in court when Harley Quinn pretty much walked off, Arthur tried to call Harley Quinn / Lee
the
back.
next day. Yeah, the final day, like the verdict.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because he still wants to walk off with Harley Quinn, and he still wants to go up with her and still want to be his Joker way, even though he clearly said he was not happy about the way he was. So immediately I was thinking to myself, I wonder what's going to happen next after this one. Now we can get to the controversial part. Okay, now we get into the last day of court, and they ruled him guilty on 3 counts.
More than 3.
More than 3 counts.
She just got interrupted.
And then the courtroom, boom, exploded.
Yeah, there was a car bomb outside.
Yeah, a car bomb outside, and I thought to myself, I wonder if they're going to show that scene because I got a feeling I think I know what's going to happen, and they showed it in the trailer, which they kind of ruined the big surprise there. But then again, I was already in love with that scene, so I didn't care.
We need to wrap this up.
Okay. So then after the court gets exploded, it looked like the Joker was going to be free. He was going to go up to some place where they're going to fix him, and he's going to be fine. And then that's where he meets Harley Quinn at the stairs. And turned out that, nope, Harley Quinn's not going to walk off with Joker.
Yeah, she basically admits to using him. That she just like fantasized about him, that she didn't actually care about him.
Yeah, which I did not see that coming.
I did. I mean,
yeah,
it was called earlier by the fucking lawyer.
Which, honestly, at first I thought to myself, I wonder why they would do that, because isn't the point where Harley Quinn and Joker gets to be team during the
I like
universe?
this kind of aside from that little bit, because I like Harley actually genuinely loving Joker.
Yeah, so did I.
You guys have to finish this up by yourselves. I gotta go take care of something.
No, you're good. You're good. I like this kind of dynamic. I like where Harley is the one that's more in power than Joker, where Joker's just kind of like an idiot, I guess.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily say idiot, but like here he's definitely an idiot.
Yeah, true.
I like that. I like that kind of dynamic. So here, like, I thought that it worked, and then they oh man, for a second I thought you put on my flip flops. No, I like that kind of dynamic, and I like what they did with it here, and how they portrayed Harley for the most part.
Yeah.
Like that she was that they painted her as constantly scheming the entire time and like pulling one over on him. We've seen it before.
Yeah.
Um.
True.
So like I was fine with it. I liked how it worked out.
Yeah.
But her being like, oh well, it was only ever the fantasy. Like we weren't ever actually going to do anything. Like it was just like the idea that we could. And it's like,
Yeah.
that's not cool. I'm not a big fan of that. Like that's just not Harley, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I feel like this could have ended differently. But it's the same thing as just like in general, my general thoughts for this movie or these movies, where it's just like this isn't really Joker to me. Like I don't consider Joker to be this guy who just fucking needs help. Like I don't like thinking of him as that. Like Joker's a piece of shit.
Right.
He's a monster. He puts babies' lives at stake all the fucking time. Like he's not afraid to do some like sick, fucked up shit.
Right.
And it's not because of a disorder or because of X, Y, or Z. It's just like he's fucking insane.
Yeah. But
I prefer that.
Yeah.
And like this just that was not a Harley moment to me. But to be fair, again, what the fuck was I expecting?
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. Exactly.
It was obvious that this was never going to actually be Harley Quinn.
Yeah. Exactly. Now this is where people got really mad with the ending of the movie. So let's get to that. So Joker and Hardy, they all get the run up together. So of course Arthur's back in jail.
Yeah, he's been. I think he's supposed to be getting the death sentence around the time at the very end of the movie.
Yeah.
If not that very same day. And he's obviously feeling down. Like again, no contact with Harley. Like he's gonna die alone and all this shit.
Yeah.
And then he gets approached by this guy who my eye was catching this guy the entire movie.
Yeah, so was I. Yeah,
I was like,
I was
okay,
thinking,
the
I wonder
camera's
why he
lingering
keeps
on
sitting
him.
right beside him and all that stuff. I was just wondering about that.
Yeah, I was like, the camera's lingering on him a lot.
Yeah.
I was like, obviously he's going to be a big deal. Well, at the end of the movie, we figure out what it is. He approaches Arthur when he's walking down the hallway, presumably in my mind, towards his death sentence. He's walking down the hallway towards it, and he gets approached by this guy, and this guy starts to tell a joke. At the very end of it, he says, "You get what you fucking deserve." I call back to the first movie, and he shanks Arthur over and over and over and over again.
Yeah. And immediately, that's when you think, yep, he is going to die.
Yeah. I think what it is
he does have a smile into his face, too.
Yes. Arthur was the first Joker. The guy who stabbed him is the second Joker.
Exactly.
I think that's what it is. Yeah, because he was laughing towards the end, and he was going fucking batshit crazy.
Yeah,
and he cut open his mouth. Yeah, like exactly what Matthew said.
Yeah, exactly.
Joker, sorry.
So yeah, and when I saw
the third Joker sitting over here.
So I was just thinking to myself that was the ending of the movie, and I thought to myself, well, that was quite unexpected, but this is the one where people got mad because it kind of makes sense. Because let me ask you this question, guys. Name me one thing that Joker did that where he did not screw up. Name me one thing. He literally killed people from the subway. He clearly stabbed somebody with scissors. He clearly killed his mother.
To be fair, if he was aiming for that, he succeeded.
Yeah.
So he didn't screw up technically.
Yeah.
To play devil's advocate.
Well, yeah, true. He clearly
that was a success.
Yeah. He clearly shot the late night host on live TV.
Yeah.
So what did he do?
You have to be quite frank with him.
Yeah. So what did he do exactly? What the frick, dude? So what did he do exactly? Where he actually said, "Oh no, he never screwed things up." Like, name me one thing. Like, it's going to open the next door, and who's going to be the next Joker? That makes total sense.
Yeah.
Now, of course, I feel sorry for the guy in the first movie, but at the same time, I'm not supposed to feel sorry for him because we know he's going to be the villain eventually.
Well, it is a sob story.
Right,
It is to paint
exactly.
him in the sympathetic
Right.
light.
And then you're hoping
That's
that
what
he'll
the
at
story
least,
is.
and then you'll at least get out of jail and actually become a free man. But of course, you know that's not going to happen because he's going to go back being his Joker way, even if he does get out of jail.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, he's going to be kept in the limelight his entire fucking life.
Yeah,
Best case.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, guys, what ending did you guys wanted? Like, I don't get that. That's why I didn't understand the controversy. I didn't understand why the hate for this movie. I still don't get it, obviously. Now, whether you like the film or not, the guys that begged you guys didn't love the movie, that's totally fine. I'll still love the Joker movies no matter what.
Well, I mean, I like this one. I liked Folie, Deux.
Yeah.
I liked it on Letterboxd.
Yeah, I kind of figured you would.
Yeah, I like it as a musical.
Nice.
Everything else about it is the same reason why I didn't like the first one.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking reason. And the fact that they were trying to pull all those loopholes and trying to dance around the fact that it was a fucking musical. If you have musical scenes in it where your two lead actors are dancing together, singing, it's a musical.
Yeah.
They were if they hadn't been doing that and been kind of just stupid how they talked about it, I would have been okay with it.
Yeah.
Or I would have been better off with it.
What score did you give it?
I gave it 4 out of 5. I liked it. I did. It's
That's
not
pretty
amazing.
Good. That's pretty good. I like that.
I liked it.
I gave it a 2.
Okay.
Which I wish I didn't see the Letterboxd thing, but I kind of knew you probably were not going to like it. I mean, controversially, of course, kill me, don't care. I give it a full 10. I love the movie.
Oh wow.
I truly think that this is a movie that is being overhated, at least for me. It'll probably crack my list of the best films of 2024. It could. Maybe my top 20. Who knows? But I personally thought that the sequel was an X-Men sequel, so I love the film for what it is.
It was I'll say another comment. I'm sorry.
Sure, I was going to get
add on to what you were just saying. I feel like this is a very a very great sequel to what the first one was.
Yes.
Like it definitely kept up the same energy. Like the movies could be watched back to back and they would feel good.
Yeah.
Like aside from the musical aspect changing, obviously.
Yeah.
They feel the same otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
go to better.
That does lead to one more question that I do want to ask, and then we'll wrap this up.
Yeah.
If it wasn't a musical, do you think the reviews would have been at least reviewed better?
Yes.
Okay.
Genuinely. Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of those things where I feel like people have gotten uppity in the variety of movies that are playing in theaters. They can preach that that they want something else. They can say oh well, we need better comedies, or we need better this, that, or the other. Like this genre isn't represented. They could say that, but the second that something like that comes out in fucking theaters, people are like, well, this sucks. It's like, what the fuck did you want?
Yeah.
Because like I said, I do think that if this weren't a musical, it would be getting reviewed better. I think that a lot of the dude bros who fucking love Joker aren't going to like this because it's a musical and they view musicals as being girly. I think that's what it is. I think that it's just... I think that a lot of the people that are putting out these scores or that are commonly participating in reviewing movies online, I think a lot of the people that are voting this negatively are those people who either don't like musicals just in general, or they fucking hate the movie because it has a musical in it for stupid reasons.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, and the worldwide gross was not that bad, but I think what Warner Brothers should have done, they probably should have kept this a secret, whether it's a musical or not. Why they say? I mean, that's the way I think.
No. I think they learned their fucking lesson. Not. I think they learned the lesson of Hollywood not disclosing the fact that something is a musical. Because they did that with Mean Girls, and people were really fucking upset about it. I remember that shit.
I heard some people actually liked the movie, but
no, there were a lot of people that liked the Mean Girls musical that came out recently, but
right,
a lot of people like they didn't announce that it was a fucking musical.
Ah,
Like people were caught off guard.
You
by
know
it.
what? Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so if they wouldn't have announced that this was a musical, it would have been a lot worse.
And of course, we'll get to the question: whether going to be a sequel? No. Todd
No,
Phillips said that he's moving on from the Joker franchise, and there's
Good.
not going to be a Harley Quinn spinoff movie. Which personally, I don't think a Joker 3 would have worked anyway, because if you tried with a different actor, it's not going to be as good as Joaquin Phoenix, at least for me.
I think that they could still do a Harley Quinn spinoff movie for this and not bring back Todd Phillips. And honestly, I would be appreciative of it if they did. I want to see more of her version of the character. I thought that she was interesting. I thought that she had a lot of potential. She honestly reminded me a lot of Enemy Within, the Telltale game, the Batman one.
I've not played it.
Oh, well, Harley and Joker are both in it.
Okay.
But they kind of have the same dynamic here. I think that it kind of had that kind of potential where like Harley could have really done her own fucking thing.
Yeah.
So I would hope that they did a spinoff, but I digress.
But
We thank you for joining us for all this madness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we are so sorry that you had to put up with that.
yes, we are very sorry.
Trust me, as pained as you are, we are even more so.
Yeah. But tell us in the comments below, guys. Did you guys love the movie? Did you guys enjoy it? Please tell us in the comments below on Facebook and YouTube. We would love to hear our thoughts on it if you guys really enjoyed the movie. And I heard people say that they loved the movie. That's great. But if you guys don't care, Matthew, will you stop with that? Stop with that. If you guys love the movie, that's great. But if you hate the movie, don't take it to social media. Don't do that. Just please be respectable. That's really all we're asking. I mean, if it wasn't for Joker movies, it would not be this controversial, but I digress.
Remember to like, comment, subscribe.
Make sure to hit that bell notification. Make sure to share us among your friends. It really helps us grow the podcast.
Absolutely.
We
And
are on Facebook, Threads, Instagram, and Twitter. Stay tuned for more craziness.
Yeah, because it really is not going to stop from here.
no, like I said, I hope we'll get lots of viewers to watch this, because if we don't, you can troll him. You can troll Matthew over there. Anyway,
Joker always brings a crowd.
Yeah. Anyway,
Somehow.
God bless. Have a great week, and please be respectable, be kind, and don't go near this guy, please.
Yeah, stay away from this man, like 50 feet at all times.
Yes, exactly.
Have a killer week.
Oh, God.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
We have been the Cinema Asylum Podcast. You guys were awesome. Thanks for coming out. Good night.